Welcome to Talkin Saints, where today we're talking Saints. I'm Trip, and this is Alex, and today we're starting our first episode of our Saints-themed talk show. We're super,
Saints.
yeah, Talking Saints. We're super excited about it. This is something that we've kind of wanted to do for a while now. We thought it'd be perfect to start on the weekend of the draft. So for our first episode here, it's not going to be too long, but we are going to go over our first two picks. We're filming this at the time of the 56th pick in the draft, and this is the second
Cowboys
round.
pick is in.
But no one cares about that.
Yeah,
So
it's not their year.
yesterday we selected. I heard Dennis Allen say it when he was calling him. It's a specific. It's like Talise, and it's Fuaga. I know Fuaga. Fuaga's the easy one.
Yeah.
But there's just a couple interesting stats on him. First off, he's a big boy. He's 6'6", and he weighs 324 pounds.
We like them big.
Those Samoan
we
boys,
like them chunky.
those big old Samoan boys are, you don't usually miss on those. The Lions tackle is a Samoan, isn't he?
Penai Sewell,
Yeah, that's the one.
big brother of.
Oh, you're talking about the Sewell
Saints
on the linebacker. Yeah, it's
Nephi Sewell.
Nephi, yeah. So
Saints
I was like,
legend.
I thought you were like having a brain
Ring
fart
of
there.
Honor, future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, if he comes back from his ACL tear. Anyway, so we were watching the draft yesterday, and the pick was coming along, and we had seen a bunch of tackles go off the board, but thank God for Sean Payton, going for Bo Nix.
Bo Nix pick. Oh my
Oh,
God.
Can we take a second to talk about that Falcons pick? Oh,
Michael Penix. After giving
Look.
Kirk Cousins a torn Achilles, freaking $180 million
Look,
for 4 years.
I like Michael Penix, right? I don't like him
do
in.
too. I mean, I was gonna say I don't wish him the worst, but now,
Dude, I just don't see it.
you're cooked.
He's gonna be like what, 28 years old by the time he would even get a
Yeah.
start. If there,
3 years into his
if Kirk's
Falcons
contract,
career, he'll be 28 years old.
if Kirk's
Do what
contract
you want
works
with
out.
that.
Anyways, but fortunately that allowed some of the tackles we wanted to fall down to us. I know we wanted Joe Alt, with that just wasn't happening.
Right.
And then Fashanu was or Fashanu.
Fashanu. That was who we wanted. But we ended up. I don't think the Saints. I think they got what they wanted.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I think they were happy with taking Fuaga because he's like a bona fide day one right tackle starter, and I don't think they were ready to move on from Penning yet.
I think if Fashanu and Fuaga was on the board, like we're on the board, they would have still taken Fuaga.
I could see that happen. He's a big dude, big right tackle.
So he appeared, I think, in every game last year, and that's like awesome.
Stay on the field.
That's what we need. So he started all 13 games in 2022, started all 12 games in 2023, and he didn't allow a single sack last year. And with an O-line, that just had James Hurst retire, Andreas Pete's gone.
We'll miss Pete.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
I have a feeling he'll be back.
There's a spot for him.
I got a
mean,
feeling he'll be back.
If Nick Savadari doesn't pan out at left guard, Andrews Pete would be pretty good at that position, or at least provide solid backup depth to anywhere on the line except right tackle. Really, that's Andrews Pete can't play right tackle. Come on, guys, we know that.
There's a couple players that were there at number one. One being Dallas Turner. I know a couple fans on Twitter, and I'll say this: this is an introductory thing, so we just jumped right into it. But look, we're intellectual Saints fans. We wanted a tackle.
He is.
Come on.
I mean, I didn't
Come
want
on.
to tackle.
Come on.
But
When people are like, I was reading on Twitter, and there's fans who were like, "Why didn't we take a quarterback?" I'm like, who do you want? Who do you want? There's literally nobody left.
who would have been the next quarterback? Because didn't they all go in front of us?
Spencer Rattler? I think that's literally like the next guy.
Rattle these nuts.
Yeah, I don't know about Mr. Rattler there.
No.
God bless. Spencer Rattler would have been the next guy, and then Pratt maybe. But no, there's no way we're taking a quarterback, and even it doesn't matter who it was. We could have gotten Caleb Williams and put him back there.
Jordan
But that O
Travis.
line,
If he slides to the
I mean,
fifth, I mean,
I don't know how. You know, the PFF mock draft simulators and all these other mock drafts, or all these mock draft simulators, none of them are like truly accurate.
Yeah.
When
like
A.T. Perry was like a third or
month
second
ago,
round.
Luke McCaffrey was going in like the 6th round in all these mock drafts.
He's
Now they
moving up
got him
some
in the
now.
3rd or 4th.
Well, we'll see if he gets I mean, but even then, like you got guys like A.T. Perry, who last year was supposed to be like a 2nd or 3rd round pick, and then we got him in the 6th.
Yeah.
So you never know how it's going to pan out. Whether it be like, oh, there's character issues or whatever. But anyways, so fortunately,
we love them people who get them DUIs. I mean, bring them over here.
yeah, we have. It's weird that we have so many DUI play. We had P.J. Williams.
Oh, the GOAT.
There was another secondary.
Deontay Hardy.
Yeah, Deontay
Man,
Hardy.
this dude got pulled over and gave the officer his debit card. How drunk do you have to be? And by the way, PJ, he blamed his DUI on the NFC Championship game loss, which is brutal.
All right. So, anyways, once that pick came around, we were excited about Fuaga being there. And I think he's going to be a guy that we can literally fit anywhere on the line and be comfortable with it.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, you got to think, day one, Fuaga right tackle,
I think
Penning left tackle. I don't think there's any way around that.
No, yeah. I mean, Ramchek's done.
Yeah. Yeah. I love him, but, I mean, the dude's already dropped 30 pounds, and that's always like a sign that linemen are.
Yeah. Ramchek's done, and then you got.
I mean, Landon Young has a lot of potential. I mean, he's played great as a swing,
decent.
like that swing tackle guard thing, whatever you call it.
And a replacement.
And then he's been decent as a backup. He has been. I'd love to see Trey Turner or Andrews Pete, come back, but I mean, it really sucks. Trey Turner, hometown guy.
I know that was disappointing last year. Very,
never
very
really
Des
got to.
Bryant-esque.
Right.
I feel like that happens a lot. So we got Fuaga, and that really bolsters a no line. Like I said, that really bolsters no line. Like I said, that just lost a lot of players, and with Penning not hitting.
It's safe to say. I mean, we may have our starters in the building, but we are not done adding to this.
Oh no!
offensive line.
Oh, not
There's
at
a
all.
lot
I
of
mean, we
pieces
still
gotta
have.
add.
So when we're about to talk about this, our pardon me, I've been a little under the weather these past couple days, but we still have like 5. I think we still have 3 5th-round picks, a 6th, and a 7th left. I know it's all going to be tomorrow, and I don't think we're going to trade up.
Traded? Did we have 2 6 to begin with? Because we traded one of them.
We had 2 6s,
Oh, wow.
and we had 4 5ths, and we traded.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good.
I mean,
So, and then as we go into that,
Jordan Howden was a 6th round. I mean, a
Gosh,
5th
dang
round
it.
pick.
dude, that was like quick.
Landon Young
It's
was
quick.
a 6th round pick. I mean, we're not finding like Pro Bowl players
All right,
or
I'm-
elite players, but we're finding people who can contribute in some way.
So and that's going to move us on to the latest pick, which, if I have to be honest, was kind of, I mean, it's a surprise.
Kool-Aid McKinstry. I mean, I see, what's going on with Lattimore. I mean, I want him back, dude. I love Lattimore.
Yeah.
He's a dog. Ohio State, too. Gotta
Yeah.
represent.
Or, I mean, there's a lot of Ohio State fans, or Ohio State players on the team, but we're LSU guys.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, come on.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know where you were reaching there. So, anyways, we got Kool-Aid McKinstry, and if this is right, he's 5'11", 199. I could have sworn I read something else earlier.
Yeah, you said he was like 6 foot.
So I don't know exactly how much he weigh or how tall he is, but he was a 5-star recruit coming out of
Very solid.
coming into Alabama, and he
would
was
have been a first rounder. If,
he was the
he didn't
best.
break his foot. I'd like to think,
No, he 100%. He was the number one corner in his recruiting class, and as LSU guys, we know he played pretty well at Alabama. And but the thing is, so we have Lattimore, we have Alante, we have Adebo, now we have Kool-Aid,
Yeah.
and out of all 4 of those guys, all of them play best outside. I think.
Yeah, man. That's,
I don't understand. I mean, Kool-Aid was the best. I mean, we got a guy that should have went. We got a guy that should have went.
he was
like
the
yesterday,
best player available,
early.
I think, in the draft at that point, which I get it. Every time Dennis has an opportunity to do that in the 2nd or 3rd round, he has somebody he likes.
Yeah, it works.
He drafts it. I mean,
It works.
we didn't know how Alante was going to fit into this defense, and he has
Yeah, I was.
balled out. He had a rough few games this year,
But he's
as
learning a new
rookie-
position.
As a rookie, he was great, and he figured it out. We kind of do have an adjustment time period in Dennis Allen's secondary. Now that I think about, like, Bradley Roby came in, Malcolm Jenkins came in. At first, they were bad, and they both turned it around.
Yeah.
2 games into the season and started playing phenomenal.
Yeah, I just think that the only thing is, like I said, he's an outside guy.
Yeah.
But he also returns punts, which I think is interesting. And with this new kick format, I think he even said something about it. Like, I'm excited to try out this new kick format in the NFL.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Definitely, it makes for there to be more returns and it to be a little bit safer as well.
But I know a lot of the guys that I kind of wanted went early. I kind of wanted Braden Fisk, Keon Coleman, but those guys both went really early in the second. And then maybe a wide receiver, but the Saints, like I said, the Saints with secondary picks are usually pretty dang good.
Saints have, outside of Traquan Smith, they have been pretty decent drafting wide receivers and even getting them undrafted. We got value from, Deontay Hardy and Marquez Callaway for a while.
All right. Yeah. I know what you mean. So, let's see. Here's something I think is interesting.
Drafted.
His RAS score. So the Saints normally go after these really high RAS score players. I think
Smart guys, yeah.
Fuaga had, and then it's completely based off of
raw physical.
Yeah. It's like raw something athletic score.
Oh yeah, give me Trevor Penning.
And Trevor Penning probably had a really high one. Like that's not even a joke.
He's got new coaches, and sometimes that's all
see.
somebody needs.
We'll see. New offense.
He's also
We don't know.
training over there with Teron Armstead. And
Yeah,
and the boys over there, and
they're all sleeping in bunk beds
like
and Tron Armstead's a boot camp or whatever.
I mean,
So real quick, his RAS score is 7.55, which is it's out of 10. And that's kind of low for a guy that we normally take it. I would like to go back and look at who we had the previous RAS scores for previous picks in the past.
is that for Talise or Kool-Aid?
This is for Kool-Aid. Talise had a high RAS score. Like it was like one of the top. It was like out of the however many they had, it was like in the top like 10% they've had.
That's awesome,
like
dude.
all time. So he's a really good. Don't quote me on that.
Dog.
Don't quote me on that. Anyways, but yeah, so Talise Fuaga or Talise Fuaga and then Kool-Aid McKinstry, both interesting names. I like Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid's a cool name.
I think he's gonna sell jerseys.
Oh yeah, McKinstry. I mean, I kind of want just Kool-Aid on the back, but it's gonna be McKinstry. But McKinstry's still a cool.
We have to make some like custom T-shirts or something like.
I would wear a Kool-Aid jersey.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'll tell you real quick. We've been best buddies for a long time, and the main thing we do when we get together and we talk about the Saints is we do hypotheticals, and I have a surprise hypothetical for you.
Oh shoot!
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So I'm gonna base this upcoming team. This is just based off this upcoming team.
Okay.
And let's say 2018, because that's my team that I'm super familiar with, right? Let's say Drew Brees, prime Drew Brees, like can chunk it downfield.
Wow.
Right? Let's say we had prime Drew Brees.
Turning back to clock here.
Let's say we're going to pick between 2018's wide receiver core and potentially 2024's wide receiver core. So would you rather have Michael Thomas,
Oh man.
Ted Ginn Jr., and Traquan Smith, and who was our fourth guy that year? Tommy Lee
Bryant.
Lewis? Was it Tommy Lee Lewis?
Oh come on, dude! Don't disrespect the Austin Carr like that.
Austin Carr. I don't keep that name out your mouth. In fact, we'll keep Tommy Lee Lewis's name out of our mouths as well. So and then we move on, or Drew Brees with prime, or this version of Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, A.T. Perry, and let's just throw in a late wide receiver.
This is crazy.
I mean, even
You're saying you're giving the most accurate quarterback of all time some arm strength and guys with blazing speed.
yes. Now you'd be choosing over Michael Thomas. So Michael Thomas is easily the best out of all those, like prime Michael Thomas. But
do we say that he's got the same career trajectory? So
no.
like
This is just this year. This is just this. It's not like
just for
overall
1
time
year,
because
like
you'd be
we're
like, okay,
going all in trying to win this.
yeah. I'm talking about just for the year. Would you take this team's wide receivers or that era's wide receivers for the Saints? Honestly, like
This is a
I started
hard
really watching maybe like in 2016. Obviously, I was a fan before that, but I became a fanatic.
God, I wish I started in 2016.
I know, right?
Nah, I had some good years back.
No,
then.
there were some great years. I wish
79
I would.
seasons.
The whole point, you go through the tough stuff.
Yeah.
But anyways, from my point of view, I would say Olave has potential. I mean, we're talking about this year.
speed.
Olave is not as good as that time of Michael Thomas,
Nobody is, bro. Nobody within recency. I mean,
but Olave,
that's a little biased.
Shaheed,
There's better receivers than Michael
A.T.
Thomas.
Perry,
That
and then a
was
potential another wide receiver, and then you got the two wide receivers we took in free agency. We had
spectacular. In this year,
Cedric Wilson and
Equiminius St. Brown.
hey, that's great. Hey, that's a good job. I would not have been able to do that.
That's a good pull. And don't you dare disrespect the Stanley Morgan Jr.
Yeah, okay. If you say so.
Yeah.
But no, I think with those guys,
Dude.
I think that wide receiver, just that room is way better than that 2018.
Honestly,
But Michael Thomas is just so good. So it's like, how do you?
This is like super hypothetical.
Yeah, go ahead.
But Equiminius St. Brown, 6'5", A.T. Perry, 6'5", right?
Got some big boys right there. But
Drew Brees with them. I mean,
Drew Brees can make anybody look
they're
good.
just fast tight ends. You know what I mean?
But you got to think, Drew Brees made Michael Thomas look insanely good, and he made
Yeah.
guys like
Well, Michael
Traquan
also-
Smith look
Yeah.
like. Traquan, as soon as Drew Brees,
Yeah.
as soon as Drew Brees left, Traquan Smith couldn't even make a freaking team. Could you imagine Drew Brees with A.T. Perry, bless,
Dude, one of my-
Shaheed and Olave?
Since Drew's left, my favorite moment with the Saints, one of my favorite moments, is just seeing Jameis Winston yell at Traquan Smith on the side.
Then came the meme, the laser eyes meme.
Yeah.
Gosh, Traquan Smith, dude. Saints legend. I mean,
He,
really is. He's Saints legend, but not in like a good way.
I mean, I think we are just spoiled with some solid wide receivers before him. I think that there are other teams that have drafted wide receivers in the third who, if they would have gotten that production, they wouldn't have been that mad.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, this is a first episode, so there's probably not going to be much fan involvement or viewer
This is
involvement.
just,
I don't
guess-
even say fan.
I mean, I love
but
to hit it off, but
if you wanted to answer our question down in the bottom for that hypothetical, we're going to try to have hypotheticals pretty often.
so Mom, if you're watching,
Yeah, so his mom, if she's watching, our hypothetical for the day: would you rather have 2018's wide receiver class or wide receiver for the Saints, or this upcoming season's? And let's like I said, we could add a Luke McCaffrey. I mean, just say we just get another wide receiver. We just pick somebody up, but we definitely have Olave, Shaheed, and A.T. Perry. So, like I said, it's pretty good. I mean, does Michael Thomas, because it falls off right after Michael Thomas, right?
yeah.
But
Ted wasn't bad. Ted was nice.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but I don't.
It was nice.
But are those three guys equal to the other three?
I mean, this is
with
gonna be
prime Drew Brees.
This is going to be an insane take right here.
Go for it.
A lot of you Saints fans are going to be upset, and I love him to death. I love this guy to death. But you give Drew Brees, prime Drew Brees, an arm, 60, 70-yard, passes, right? Ted Ginn is absolutely cooking Rashid Shaheed, bro.
I don't know, man. Shaheed.
Dude, Ted Ginn is,
Shaheed has the catch,
Ted Ginn
like the
is-
catching ability though.
bro. Every
He's
Madden,
physical. Remember the play when they called it an interception?
Yeah, every Madden that Ted Ginn was on
I don't
until
care.
he was a Saint.
I don't
his
want to hear
speed
about
was
Madden.
99.
I don't want to hear about Madden. It's
yeah,
Madden. Come on,
he's
you
the
can't.
fastest wide receiver in the NFL before Tyreek Hill, bro.
I'm talking. Shaheed is not just as fast, but Shaheed is pretty dang fast.
He's pretty dang
but he has
fast.
better catching ability.
I won't argue.
I
with
think
that,
he's more
but,
physical and better at catching ability.
I mean, you could say that. I don't know. I mean, Devontae
But I'm not
Adams can
talking
catch the
about-
ball
you
better
were-
than Tyreek.
I'm not
I'm
talking-
taking Tyreek because
Hey.
of his speed.
I'm talking about 2018 Ted Ginn.
Oh, okay,
Remember? I'm not
Yeah,
going to say.
all right. You're
'cause if that's the
right,
case,
you're
I
right.
would.
you're right.
If that's the case, I'd be like, oh, we'll prime all three of those wide receivers in 2018 versus prime all. Of
There you go.
There's no way you would know,
Yeah.
because we don't. But we know those old guys.
I think Ted Ginn's prime is probably going to be better than Shaheed's prime.
We'll see. I hope not. I hope Shaheed's,
I hope
the
so
goat.
too. I love Shaheed.
Yeah, Shaheed's such a cool
He's
guy.
One of the most entertaining players the Saints have. That is for sure. And he is a baller.
I
Good
agree.
returner, good receiver.
But
Gets the ball in the backfield every now and then too.
we can debate it in the comments. Y'all can add
Yeah.
if you can answer it if you want to. Which 2018 versus 2024. Who are you taking at wide receiver for wide receiver? It's a tough one, but
Mike
we'll just.
Thomas is just
He's great. He's great, but we'll decide that later on. We can talk about it some more maybe in the next episode, which we'll try to do a weekly episodes.
sounds good.
We've invested a lot into doing this, and we're excited about it. We talk Saints all the time,
all the time.
so we figured why don't we just
like
record
our
it and
entire
upload it, right?
Friendship, yeah. All we do.
So, anyways, guys, this is Talkin Saints, and hope you enjoyed us talking Saints. We'll see you in the next episode.